What if I told you that you can make $22,000 a month selling websites without any coding, without hiring any designers or an army of VAs, and while spending less than an hour per client? I'm about to show you an AI that can do exactly that. Now, look, I got to be honest with you. For the longest time, I hated doing web design work and selling websites. And I hated it so much that when clients would come to me and say like, hey, Bruno, we need a new website, I would tell them like, hey, you're going to work with one of my individual team members. This is going to be a side project for them. This is not going to be Black Swan Media because I want nothing to do with web design. And the main reason is because web design projects would always take way too long. You're maybe making a couple $1,000s, but then you're spending 10, 20 hours building out the site. The juice was not worth the squeeze. But then new AI technology came out just a couple of weeks ago that is going to completely flip the web design industry on its head. The old model was that you would charge 2 to 5K for a website. You would spend 10 to 25 hours building it out, and you'd be doing maybe 2 to 4 sites a month, bringing in somewhere between 4 to 15K. But the new way that I'm going to show you, we're only going to be charging $750 per website, but it's going to be less than an hour of work. We're going to be doing over 30 websites a month. 30 times 750 is $22,500 a month of income. But that's not why we're doing it. It's not for that 22.5K and it's not for that front end income. It's because there's a passive income play that we're going to make on the back end, and I'll show you that later on in the video. But first things first, I know what you're thinking, but Bruno, we just dropped the price from $2,000 to $750. How is this going to work? The answer is volume, speed, and systems. We're going to be getting more results in less time because we're going to have efficient and automated systems. And let me break this down for you so you understand why this works. We're going to be selling websites for $750. And by the way, these websites, they are going to look so good that yes, you could sell them for up to $2,000, even $3,000. That would be completely reasonable. But $750 is the sweet spot for high volume, low effort. And we're going to be targeting two types of clients. Type number one are going to be local service-based businesses that have a low barrier to entry. So for example, plumbers, electricians, cleaning companies, the kind of industry where to get started, all you really need is the experience. You go buy a van, now you're a plumber. You buy some cleaning materials, now you're a cleaning person. Businesses that are easy to start. And the second target that we're going for, we can call them sales reps, but really it's going to be any business professional where they would benefit from having a website. So for example, real estate agents, mortgage loan originators, personal trainers, solar sales reps, like the kind of people that would want to build the personal brand. And the reason that we're specifically targeting these two avatars is because they're going to help us with those sales. One of the things that everybody knows, but nobody really plans around is that sales reps and self-employed people, they love commissions. And not only that, but they tend to have big networks. And so we can pair those two things together and turn our clients into our sales reps. When we sell one website to a real estate agent that's doing well, guess what? Suddenly you're going to have 6 more from the same brokers reaching out because number one, they saw the results, but number two, their friend told them about it. When you build a website for one solar rep and he goes around showing his buddies, guess what his buddies are going to do? They're going to ask, where did you get that site? Who built that for you? How much did it cost? And you're going to get referrals if you throw in a commission for the sales agent that's referring you. And so this is one part. This is where the volume comes in, but the volume isn't the most important part. The most important part is the fact that it's low effort because these people that are paying $750 for a website, they are not expecting custom masterpieces and they're not going to be super picky. They just want something that looks good and that works. But if you're selling a $5,000 website to a dentist, yeah, you're going to be putting in 10, 20, 30, 40 hours into it. And that dentist is going to be super high maintenance, super nitpicky because they're going to want it to look perfect because that is everything to them. And so the way that we're able to make a big amount of money that's low effort, but then also stress-free is by bringing our prices down from 2, 3, 5K down to $750 and then targeting the people that are not going to be picky. So now that you understand the business model, let me show you how easy it is to build a website. So what you're looking at here is a tool called Go High Level. Now, if you've never heard of Go High Level before, or you are already a Go High Level user, then what you might not have heard about is that they just recently released a brand new AI website builder. And this is different from the one that they had before. Now, real quick, for anybody that wants help starting a marketing business or scaling their marketing business, then down below, you're going to find a free trial link for Go High Level. That is an affiliate link of mine. When you become my affiliate, I'm going to give you over $2,000 in courses for free. And I'm going to give you a ton of automations and templates for AI agents, workflows, everything that you need to grow your business. And so you're going to find the links for the free trials and all the bonuses down below, so make sure to check them out. Now, depending on when you're watching this video, we're gonna have to enable the advanced AI features. And so if you, for whatever reason, you don't have access to them, this is how you get access to these features early. You're gonna be logged into your agency dashboard. You're gonna click over on the settings option. You're going to go over to labs, and then we are going to switch tabs from agency to sub account. We're going to type in funnel, and we are going to look for brand new funnel AI and web design, and we're going to activate this feature. So at the time that I'm recording this, it goes live on November 27th for all sub accounts. So if you're watching this after that date, you don't need to do that. It should be live for you. But once it's live, you're going to log into any sub account. You're going to go over to sites, and then we're going to have the build with AI option here, and we're going to click it. Now the build with AI option, it's going to take us to a page that looks like this. We actually do not want to use their Ask AI Assist feature. I just have found that the quality isn't necessarily the best. Instead, what we want to do is we want to click on the build option here. And what we want to do is we want to find a website where we really like their design and we want to just repurpose some things from that website. So for example, let's say that I'm going to go target plumbers. Maybe I'm going to do a search for something super competitive like plumber Los Angeles. And I want to find some of the top design sites. So let's just grab a couple of these. I'm not going to click on their ad because I don't want to waste their money. And let's see who has a design that I think is pretty cool. And by the way, if you ever want to learn like master level SEO, all you have to do is do this search for any like plumber, lawyer, whatever in Los Angeles or a competitive city. And then just look at how the top guys here are doing their sites. But like this site, they have a design that I like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab Red Lily Plumbing. I'm going to grab the URL here. I'm going to go over to my AI builder and I'm going to tell it, I want you to take inspiration from the design of this website and build something similar for me. Except this site is not for a plumbing business. It's for a web design agency that builds plumbing websites. And then I'm going to hit send and this is going to start generating. Now, while this is generating, important disclaimer, you cannot go and clone and copy websites one-to-one because you'll get in trouble. But what you can do is you can take a look at these sites, you can grab inspiration from them, and then you modify it, you customize it, you make it your own. And so now we're just going to wait for this to go through. And so here we are. It took about 6 minutes, and this is the website that we got. Now, this is not bad at all for 5 minutes of waiting for an AI to start designing for us. Obviously, we're still missing a couple of things, especially when it comes to different images. But this is not bad at all. This is a great starting point. But there's a couple more tricks and a couple more things that I need to show you, and not all of it is going to revolve around the AI website builder. But for now, let's focus on it. How do we actually edit this website? Number one, Go High Level does come with a what you see is what you get editor. So for example, we can go over here to add elements and we can just start dragging things. We can highlight them, we can change their color. It's pretty easy to edit anything with High Level. They have all sorts of different styles. They have animations and whatever you want, like it can be done with this what you see is what you get editor, which is fantastic. But when we go over to Ask AI, this is where I think it gets really fun because we can start changing a lot of things on the website. So for example, when I select a section, what you're going to notice is that it gives us the ability to tell the AI to modify anything that we need it to, and we can choose specific elements. We can click out of this and we can ask it to change the whole site. So for example, I'm just going to ask it to, can you change the color scheme on the website to revolve more around a black, gray, deep red, gold, and gold color scheme. And I'm going to hit send. And now it's going to start working on a request and it's going to start editing the website for us. And while High Level is building out that website, we're going to continue the video over here because I want to share with you the roadmap of what we're doing. So let's say I was starting from scratch and I wanted to make 22K in the next 30 days. What I would do is I would create 2 to 3 websites like this, like you're seeing right now, 2 to 3 different templates. I would customize them so that they're all my own and they're all unique to me. And then third, High Level has a sneaky little feature that not even the experts really know how to use. And it's called custom values. So if we log into any of our sub accounts, we go into settings, we go over to custom values. I'm going to create a folder and I'm going to call this the color folder. And I'm going to click on my color folder. And here I'm going to add 5 custom values. First one I'm going to call off black. Second one, off white. Next one is going to be primary. Next one is going to be secondary. And the next one is going to be tertiary. No idea if I spelled that right. Now, instead of trying to explain to you what these custom values do, I'm just going to show it to you. Now back to our AI making edits to the website for us. And so here we are, the website's been changed. We got gold added, we have the reds, the gray, and it still looks good, and it successfully executed the mission. If we wanted to design something custom, we would just go ahead and click whatever the area that we wanted to. We could ask AI or we could do it ourselves, but this takes care of most of the legwork for us. And with that, let's go over the cool little trick that I wanted to show you, because once again, the whole goal is to be able to create these custom websites, do it super fast. So now what we're going to do is take these custom, I'm going to take this custom value, I'm going to copy it, and I just added a random color in here. It's kind of like a maroonish red, doesn't really matter. But as you can see, this bar over here has a gray. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on background color. I'm going to go to add. I'm going to switch this from hex to custom. And then I'm going to paste that key that I got from right over here. And then I'm going to hit save. We have our value. It's this one over here. And then I'm going to hit save. And what we're going to do is we're going to hit preview. Now notice how that bar turned red. But then let's say we don't want this red, we want a different red. I would go back here, I would change this, hit update. And I know this says off-white, but don't worry about it. It's just for the example here. And I'm gonna go and refresh the preview page, and you can see that now this is red. So what's the game plan? The game plan is to generate a couple of site templates. We're gonna take all of the colors and we're gonna custom value them, just like you saw me do right there. And what that means is that when we get a new client, in order for us to rebrand an entire website to match the colors that they want, all we have to do is go back to our custom values over here and then just change the value to the color that they want. And just like that, an entire website can be edited in less than 30 seconds. And typically most sites, they're going to have about 5 colors, where it's usually you have some dark color. We can call it black. We can call it out of black. They tend to have either white or off-white. And then you have your primary, secondary, and tertiary colors that you use. And just like that, we're able to create custom websites in literally seconds. But I want to show you another cool trick that's going to make it so that when you're presenting these sites to prospects, it makes it a lot easier for you to get sales. And so I'm going to go over to this template that we have here. I'm just going to hit clone. I'm going to delete all of this stuff. And I'm going to go ahead and click add. I'm going to select image. And what's the number one thing that people love? It's their face. And so what I'm going to do is, let's say I'm going to pitch somebody, they're interested in a website. I'm going to make it a point to add their face to this website. And so let's go take a look at this old bloke over here. And let's say I'm selling him a website. I'm going to go to his Facebook or LinkedIn, grab his profile picture. I'm going to go ahead and save it. Then I'm going to go to a website called remove.bg. I'm going to upload the file to it. Not terrible, good enough. And then I'm going to download it. I'm going to go back to the website and I'm going to upload it. Now, not perfect, but you get the idea. And a last little cool thing that High Level has is that we can go ahead and click on the image, click edit, and we can actually go and start applying filters to it if we want. So I can turn this black and white. We can add stickers to it, which there, now I'm much happier and smiling. And so if I was building this out for myself, I wouldn't have my face, but if I'm pitching it to a client, I'm going to put their face on the website because that's what they want to see. And let's just hit preview to see how this looks. Not terrible. We still got to add a background image and a couple of other things. But like I said, this AI has already done a lot of the layout for us. And all that we need is a couple of templates. But I guess if we're feeling really lazy, there is also the fact that High Level, if we go to new website, they already have a ton of templates to begin with. So if I was targeting plumbers and I type in plum, we already have some websites here. And the cool thing is that we can combine both the AI website builder with what High Level already has. And so what's the game plan? How would I do this if I was starting from scratch? Every day I would go into Google, I'd look for plumbers, I'd go to page 3, 4, 5. I'd be on Google Maps and I'd be looking for the ones that don't have a website attached to their Google My Business profile. And I'd be sending them a text message because once again, these guys that are just starting up, they're likely to put their cell phone number online because they don't have a business phone yet. And I'd send them a simple text like, hey, is this Jim? I'm a new web designer and I'm just doing a little research on plumbers in Boston. Is it okay if I get your opinion on something super quick? Now notice what I'm not doing. I'm not selling them anything just yet. I'm asking permission to ask a question and to engage in a conversation. And the surprising amount of people are going to respond because we're personalizing it. We're not selling them. We're not putting them on the defense. We're asking them for their opinion, which is stroking their ego. And it's just one question, so we're not asking much. Overall, we can expect around a 10 to a 20% response rate. And the one question we want to ask them is, do you think having a website would help a plumber get more clients? And that's the one question we want to ask them. Now, from that pool, another 10 to 20% are going to respond. And when they do, this is when we go and we build out the demo for them. And we can say, that makes sense. I'm testing a website template specifically for plumbers. Would you be open to taking a look at it? It should take less than 2 minutes. And the reason we're doing this is because we don't want to send them a link to the demo just yet. we want to get them to agree to take a look at it first. And then when they finally do respond, this is when you customize the website for them. You add their face to it or something, make it custom to their brand, which by the way, as a side note, you could even custom values that. And I'll show you real quick where we can go ahead and add a custom value. We will call this the brand name. And we're going to call this Bruno's Plumbing Company. We're going to go ahead and hit create. And now I just grab this custom key, we'll go back over and I can go ahead and just put that custom value in there, hit save. And then this is the previous preview. Let's hit refresh. And you can see that it updates to Bruno's Plumbing Company. So stupid easy to start customizing these when you're using Go High Level's custom value feature. But putting it all into perspective for you, it would take roughly 100 texts. But point is, you send them the demo. Once they look at the website and they give you their opinion on it, you can either call them or you can keep texting them and you can let them know, hey, normally I'm going to be selling these sites for $2,000, but right now I'm just starting up, but I'd love to get some testimonials to build up my portfolio. And you've been kind enough to give me feedback. So I'd be happy to give you a 60 to 70% launch discount. And I'll finish customizing the site and I'll set it up for you. And it's going to take you roughly 100 texts to get somewhere between 3 to 5 buyers, which means that if you send 100 texts a day, 5 days a week, you could be bringing in somewhere between 7.5K to 11K. But once again, even though this is good money, the whole idea is to bring in passive income on the back end. And so where does that passive income come from? Well, there's going to be multiple sources. Number one, Go High Level lets you set up a web hosting for your clients and rebuild them. And so that's going to bring in an extra 20 to 30 bucks a month per client. Now, 20 to 30 bucks a month, it doesn't seem like a lot, but when it's pure passive income, every drop counts. Number two, they're probably not going to want to just stop at a website. They're going to need additional services. And Go High Level comes with a lot of different services that you can go and resell to the clients. Basically, the more the businesses use Go High Level, the more money they're going to make and the more you're going to get paid. And as an example, this client that you see here on the screen, they signed up for a $500 a month package, but because they use the system so much, I'm getting an extra 3K a month in profit just from their usage alone. And the whole idea is to get as many clients in the door as possible so that we can scale the passive income from Go High Level on the back end. Now, if you want to learn more about building passive income with Go High Level, then once again, I give away $2,000 in courses for free, along with a ton of templates, automations, workflows, everything that you need. And to get access to it, all you have to do is click the link below in the description to start your free trial or upgrade your Go High Level account. Then make sure you check out the other videos here on the screen. In fact, one of the things that I just published for my affiliates is a way to, in less than 2 minutes, find thousands of clients that need websites. That's right, businesses that are active but do not currently have websites, and how to go and instantly market to all of them. But to get access to that, you do have to be an affiliate. And if you got value from this video, then make sure you check out the other two here, and hopefully YouTube is recommending the correct ones.